Ladies and gentlemen, Simps and Simpettes, welcome to the Mac Show. Number one pimp podcast in the world. We're here for episode number 17. Mooey, say hello. Here with my little gorgeous girl. Let me just chuck this up in here. Get a nice, Jesus, overexposure. There we go, that looks a bit better. Now, we have a lot to go over today, okay? And I'm going to pat my dog throughout this entire session. I'm back here for the family Christmas, so it's great to be home. But we have a lot to go in. Now, this is, if you're new to my channel here, we cover a shit ton of OnlyFans content, how to grow your OnlyFans channel, how to get more subscribers, as well as marketing tactics in general, business tactics. We go over the whole lot. I teach you pretty much everything for growing a business. If you don't know, I ran a very successful tech company before I transitioned into this space. And before that, I was heavy in the e-commerce industry. I've worked with large nail companies. I've run my own companies, selling pet beds, fashion, the whole lot. So there is a lot of value to be brought to these fucking things. I think a ring light would go nice. Let me know if that's probably better, I reckon, with the face exposure. But we're going to go over the iPhone 13 as well. This isn't the iPhone 13, but we will be going over it because I'll be switching to that very soon. So hopefully get a little bit better camera there as well. I was going to film actually by the pool, but it is fucking hot. Like, if you can see, I am already sweating and I've been out here for like 2 minutes. The space of me talking and setting this thing up, I am already cooking. So now, every podcast I go over a breakdown of numbers, how much I'm earning in this industry each week, because I like to be 100% transparent. A lot of people in this industry just sell a course and that's where they make all their money. They don't do anything within the business. So I actually tell you exactly how much I'm making from the course, what I'm spending the money on, what ads I'm running. On top of that, we look at how much the girls are earning from the OnlyFans account and obviously how much they're making me. So it's actually weird to start off the week. Yesterday, we broke even in terms of ad spend, but I was testing out new ads for course sales. So there was 4 course sales for $400 US, and I think I spent maybe $350 in ads, so 50 profit. At this stage, I'm really just paying for data. Just see that towel move and absolutely terrify me. At this stage, I'm still just really paying for data, so 50 profit. I'd be happy to just reinvest it straight back in anyway. Today's actually a bit weird, because all my ads for some reason, and even ads that I no longer run, all went under review. So they all went back into under review. I got a notification on Facebook. I don't know if any of you guys or girls have had this, and it said your ads are currently under review. And it was ads that I'd turned off, like even ads up to a year ago. But all my current ads as well, bar one, which is the Versace robe giveaway, all of those ads have gone back under review. So I'm just waiting. Now, if you checked in with the last podcast, you'll know that I was setting up a giveaway and I was showing how that's running, as well as I also set up a campaign to target Brazilian women to bring on for OnlyFans management. The messages I was getting were costing me around $3 a CPM, so $3 a message, and the conversion rate looked pretty high. 2 out of 3 women that messaged only spent $10, and I'll explain that in a second. 2 out of 3 women were ready to go instantly. I'm obviously very selective with who I'm bringing on and only taking on girls with larger audiences at this time. However, if you're just starting out and you want to run ads to acquire your first ladies to work for you, you can run it to Brazil and get $3 CPMs. And I'll probably include the actual sales copy that I use in the course as well to target these women to help out. Essentially, I'm just trying to make the course as valuable as possible at the moment. I'm only charging $99, and all the feedback that I have gotten has been absolutely incredible. But if you listen to other podcasts, I am going to put the price up to $1,000 soon. Why? Because I can send out gift baskets and shit like that, as well as I'm obviously going to make a shit ton more profit from it. Think about it like this. I have to sell 10 courses at $99, excluding ad spend, to cash in on $1,000 US. Where I could just sell one course for $1,000, and as long as the person, gets an equal or more exchange in value for the $1,000 they spent, it's really 10x easier for me, because to add value just means really to add more modules around certain topics, which cost me nothing except time. Now, I was going to put out a podcast yesterday, and I really hope it doesn't do this again today. The first issue I had with the podcast was my iPhone actually run out of storage finally, so I had to delete the recently deleted folder again. This has happened twice now. Upgrading to the iPhone 13 soon anyway, and I'll just transfer everything into Google Drive. However, the microphone, the Rode mic that I use, when I ran back the audio, for some reason it was insanely crackly. So I'm hoping that it hasn't done this again today, because I'll miss out on posting again, because I'm not going to fucking reshoot twice. You know, this is all just off the top of the head. I have some sort of little schedule plan of things I want to talk about, but the way I actually come up with that list is I just talk to myself for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, this is what I want to fucking talk about, because this is what I'm doing. So it's raw, it's off the top. Okay, so you would think with all my ads being under review, I've also done one course sale today, so I'm up 150 profit for the week from the course. But then on top of that, the girls made me yesterday around 300 profit between my girls so far, and girls are still getting set up. As I said, they made me 300 profit yesterday, another 100 this morning, and that is my profit, not before the 50-50. This is after the OnlyFans cut and my 50-50. So I'm up about 400. Then with the course and that, I'm up about 550. But here you go, and this is the point of bringing value, okay? Emma, one of my business partners, she went ahead, and this is a package that I haven't sold before. She's done all the work, and she basically just referred me because she knows the value that I can bring to this package. She's went ahead and found a client that's bringing in around 80K a month currently with her OnlyFans account, and she does zero promotion, okay? Zero active promotion, and doesn't really know how to promote correctly. Emma referred me, so me and Emma are both going to work on the package, and for the promotion, which we'll set up basically a one-off big promo campaign and monitor the results for this lady, we took 20K. Now, I'm not sure if it's US or in AUD. If it's AUD, I'm up 10,000 this week profit. If it's USD, I'm up 17,000 this week profit. Now, as I said, that just come to me. I didn't have to actively seek that, and that's why it's really important to make sure that the number one thing in your business is value, and either that's value for a product or value for a service. You always want to over deliver, and this is where most people go wrong, is they push so hard to sell a product, and then they think, finally I'm done. No, don't you knock this over. They think, finally I'm done. Finally I've put in all the work. This is where the work begins. You know, now I can focus on bringing value. You're really going to sit right there. One second. Come here. Hey. Oh, Moo, what are you doing? Funny girl. So, this is where the value starts. You know, this is where I start to really put in the work and then start to bring in the value, because I want this client to get 10x more value than what they spent. And that might not be monetary, but it needs to at least have an ROI for it to be worth it. If she spent 20 grand, I at minimum want to bring back 20 grand in sales, and then also have them, you know, with future revenue and options lined up. Because if they pay 20K and they get 20K back, but now they've also got a wider audience reached, they've won. So that is the benchmark from there. I obviously want to hit a shit ton higher than that, which I feel comfortable that I will. But the bonus on top of that is I get to use this client as a beta test for different things. Oh my God, I just watched the world's scariest spider climb into this little bin thing. Like in Australia. Now I'm going to hold my feet up. So yeah, I get to use it as a beta test, and then again, I get to transparently bring more value to the course, because I'll get to test out these new methods for this higher ticket client, and then I can go ahead and put that over in the course. Move, over here. Yeah. She likes to sit right on my feet. Yeah, good girl. She likes to sit right on my feet. She is a monster for it. Now, as I said, you know, it's all about bringing value. Really, the skills that I've learnt this year. I've really only been in the coaching space for this 1 year, because before that, as I said, I ran e-commerce and I've been running my tech company. But I've learned a lot of skills, more than just all the money that I've made this year. I've learned a lot of skills that I can transfer over. And I think really more than the little skills that I've learned, it all comes back to the basics, which is the business fundamental principles that are lifelong, and you hear them over and over again, and it's to bring value. And it's where I started wrong when I first started out, but hey, it was from a place of inexperience. I had to learn. You know, I just drop ship shitty products. I wouldn't quality test. I didn't care about how long it took. I just cared about profit. It took me so much time to learn these things. And really, when it comes to the highest level, you know, it still just comes back to how much value can you bring to this client. If you want to make significant amounts of money, it really comes down to bringing value. Because like even now, I'm focused on just this, bringing value, putting out podcasts each day, getting the girls a shit ton of money. And out of nowhere, you know, 10K sales come in. And, you know, my other companies still, you know, it's all under one company. But my other things that I have on autopilot, they still make me a shit ton of money. So this is not, you know, crazy money to me at all. But It's just the way value works. You put value out, people see you as a valuable person. I mentioned this in the course. When you bring value, you become a person of value, and valuable people are rewarded. Okay, so again, I've put out value. I was the first recommended, and that's what I aim to do with this package now. It's not, I've made money, so it's, okay, put out value, and then when I achieve more for this girl, you know, she already has 10 potential friends lined up that are also killing it in the space. They're quite big. I'm not going to mention their names, but they're very big creators for OnlyFans. And when she says, look, you know, I spent 20K with Mac, and this motherfucker brought me in 40K immediate revenue, and then on top of that, you know, he's built me this fucking SMS base list that I can continue to remarket and cross-promote. He's built me an email list. He's taught me how to fucking mass DM. He's taught me all this crazy shit, okay? Then they're going to refer people across. And word-of-mouth marketing will always be the best form of marketing. Now, I've covered, you know, focusing on value, the beta testing, getting to use her as a beta test, my ads being back under review, profits, but I really have a shit ton of stuff to talk about. The list was pumped today. I also want to talk about the iPhone 13. So yeah, I'm going to switch up. I'm going to buy one of those. I've been mentioning it in the last couple videos, but I'm keen to see the audio difference in audio quality. So before it comes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to use the Rode mic that I have now, and then when the iPhone 13 comes, I'm going to use just the standard iPhone audio without the Rode mic, and then you guys can that are listening can decide if it's better than what it is now with the Rode mic, and then we can put the Rode mic in that and see if it enhances it again. Okay, so a lot of people want to know as well about the traffic video ad, how that compared with the engagement ad. The engagement ad got a shit ton more post likes for the amount of money spent. Like, I'm talking per $50, I think the ad itself got 3,000 to 4,000 pieces of engagement, where the traffic ad got way less, probably a fourth, around 1,000 likes, but it got a shit ton more follows. But I'm still not content with the $50 in ad spend for the amount of follows. It probably, you know, only brought, I don't know, 100 follows for Instagram. So that's 50 cents a follow from low quality traffic, okay? People that aren't going to be hyper engaged, and a lot are going to drop off after the giveaway. So I'm going to actually turn that off today and test, but it's better. I know that it works better than engagement, but I'm going to run ahead and test brand awareness next. After that, I'll try reach. So I'm going to test out all these 4 sort of campaigns and see what gets the most traction. Again, the cool part about doing a set term for a giveaway is when I reach 50K followers, I'll do the giveaway. So until I get it right, I don't actually have to do the giveaway. And if you want to do giveaways correctly, that's how you should do it. If you put a time on it and you get like really shitty results and you learn not enough during that time frame, you've essentially just wasted a shit ton of budget and a giveaway. Sure, you've given out value, but that's one benefit from it. So also, what have I learned this year? Running all my businesses that I ran this year and being in the coaching space, making a shit ton of money, I learned a lot, but I also got overloaded with information. When I look at it, you know, I spent so much time reading. In the last few years, collectively, I've read, you know, over 700 books in business, marketing, psychology, and obviously being at uni, a shit ton on anatomy and stuff like that as well. And toxinology. I don't know why. I just found it super interesting, so I put in a shit ton of reading there as well. But what I've learned is that, and Alex Hormozzi says this, really it's like more is less. When you apply Pareto's principle, which is the 80-20 principle, about, you know, 80% of the outcome comes from 20% of the result. When I broke down this year and I looked at it, really 80% of my sales, 80% of my network, 80% of everything come from 3 main social platforms: Facebook, Instagram, because they're linked, and YouTube. So what I did yesterday is I actually went through and deleted every other social app. Even though I've seen incredible results with TikTok and results with Twitter and results with Reddit, it's really just not worth the time output. And, you know, I mentioned this on my story yesterday, and a lot of people said to me, they're like, yeah, but can't you have a team come on and you handle that? But it's really not about time. You have to understand it comes down to attention, because even though I could put someone on to do those monotonous tasks, I constantly have to check in with that person. Are they, you know, doing their job correctly? How do I know what their job is correctly? Are they a specialist? Are they getting me an ROI? What's a good ROI? Can I find someone better? Are they fucking, you know, doing the work? Are they da-da-da-da-da? There's an endless amount of extra management that has to go in. And until your company's turning over 7 figures with today's structure using the internet, you should be able to run it as a one-man, one-girl operation. And that's not saying that you should. That's just the way that I've found what works for me. Is I like to make decisions quick, rash, chop, change, and all the partnerships that I've had, I really need complete creative control, which I have in the business partnerships that I'm with at the moment. But I just operate better because it's really hard for people to keep up with me because I'm rash. And yes, I make more errors and I make a lot of rash calls, and most of the time they end up being wrong, but that's the way I like to operate. So, and you can achieve 7 figures a year running an online business on your own. So really, until you hit that point, I wouldn't even recommend looking for anyone and hiring them out. Sure, you can get VAs for the monotonous tasks, but you don't want someone who's specializing in an area trying to bring you a result. A VA is basically I look at it, and it sounds so bad, but I look at my VAs as advanced software or human software. Okay, I need this monotonous task done. It can't be automated with software because of whatever reasons, okay? Whether the APIs stop you, whatever it is. But I can employ a person in that place, and as long as they have a baseline level of skill and they're going to make minimal error, I can employ them, hire them directly from Freelancer. And, my ideals for hiring are hire fast, fire fast. Hire fast. If they prove to be worthy, keep them on board. If they're shit, fire them. Don't fuck around. Don't try and waste time. Just hire fast, fire fast. That's what works for me. What else this year? The 80-20 principle, like I said, I've cut out the majority of social media apps, but as well as that, I've become so information overloaded. There are so many courses, coaches, gurus, and people constantly trying to sell their agenda. People that are, I'll help you learn YouTube, but they give away a fraction of the information and they use that to push the course, but they still keep the juice for themselves and they still da-da-da-da-da. I'm a big fan of paying for mentors directly, personally, one-on-one, because I can ask the questions and I'm happy to pay a premium for that, and I only pay for people that have the results that I want. But really, it's information overload. So my goal for 2022 is to focus on just 3 platforms only, which is Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And as well as that, I've limited the amount of information that I've gotten to business principles. Alex Hormozi and his partner, Layla Hormozi, Hormozi, I guess I could say, pronounce it a little bit better. It's hard with the Invisalign. But I've really just cut back my information to that. I obviously have a mentor for mindset as well. People say to me, you have an incredible mindset for someone so young in your business years. But myself, I take inspiration from others that have incredible mindsets. I'm not going to give that away. Some are high-level athletes, and I don't pay these people personally, but I study all their tape, and then I have someone whose programs I invest in as well for mindset. So, next year has really cut back the information to these very select amount of people. I understand exactly the process I need to do to get to this company to 7 figures. Still the same company. I don't know why I say it like that. It's still the exact same company, but to get this model to 7 figures, work exclusively with 10 women pushing content. Anything else that comes, like this stuff with Emma, and I'm sure other stuff will arise, that's just extra sauce on top. Sure, it'll take a little bit of my attention, but I see it as giving value. For example, I'm actually about to make an extra 4K, when it ends up in AUD probably being 6 or 7K. So a friend from the marketplace sector who sells marketplace automation now, as I've stepped down from selling that, okay, and I don't sell that anymore, and I don't sell my tech software for it, they said basically, hey bro, can you set up the ads for me? I know you're absolutely crushing it. Since we're not really a competitor, are you able to set up the ads? What do you charge? And I said, look, I'll just set you up a lifelong campaign. I'll do 1 week of tweaks and optimization and make sure that it's running smooth. And then it really just comes down to your sales process to sell it. But I charge, $4,000 US. So there's another 6K, which I'll probably do some point this week, hopefully before Christmas time kicks in. So who knows? This week probably end up being a 25K week. There's a transparent numbers breakdown for everyone. And what else? Last thing that I want to talk about is vanity metrics. The reason that I spend so much time on these other social apps, TikTok and stuff like this, even personal TikTok, like TikTok ads, you don't need an actual TikTok account. You can create a separate ad account and run ads. It really comes down to the vanity metrics. I was like, I need a bigger social audience on TikTok. I need more exposure on Twitter. I know more. And I know this is counterintuitive to what Gary Vee says, where he says, you need to push across a broad scale. But I think if you focus in and hone in, oh my God, that is a giant yellow jacket. Fucking... My biggest fear is wasps, by the way. I only have one fear. I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of wasps. I'm not even cutting this out. I'm leaving it in here to show you. I'm a real human. That was genuine fear. Those yellow jackets. Look, increased sweat rate. Yeah, however, I've actually lost track of thought. That thing has fucking terrorized me. Give me a sec to watch back. Sorry for the mold. Just pure fear. I'm actually still searching. You can see me. I'm scanning for that damn yellow jacket. If you don't know what a yellow jacket is, they're like this giant wasp in Australia. I don't know if you've seen it fly across the screen. They're like that big, and they are relentless. It's not like a bee. When a wasp stings you, they can just keep going. So those motherfuckers can sting you like relentlessly. So avoid him at all costs. But yeah, the point I was trying to make is about vanity metrics. It was really just like each day I'm like, oh, I need to, fuck me, what is going on with these bugs? I'm like, now I'm jumpy and I'm not a jumpy person. I'm like, I need to promote more with TikTok. I need to push Twitter. I need to do these things. I need to do Reddit. But really, the amount of result that they bring is all of them combined is in the 20. All of them combined is in the 20% section. It's not the 80. So I need to focus down on the 80 because there is definitely a lot more reward to be juiced from there. And I can get the 20 sorted later on if I want to. But I'm a very big believer in the 80-20 principle. And the reason I wasn't doing this earlier, and it took to the end of the year, is I really like to do a end-of-year evaluation with Pareto's Law and look. But on top of that as well, it was a bit of insecurity of wanting vanity metrics. It's like, what's the point of being so big on Instagram if I've got 1,000 following on Twitter? But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? I have a massive Instagram following. I can build these other things where they excel. It really just come from insecurity of wanting to be big everywhere. But even if I was big on all these platforms, they would just take more of my time. They're not going to bring me more happiness because that's not the result I want. The result I want is this company performing 20k a week profit. So, big video today. I keep checking for that goddamn wasp. And me gorgeous dog. Here she comes. What a good girl. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know of any improvements you want to see with the podcast, whether I need better lighting, whether you want me to chop and change, add edits, add fucking memes, whatever it is, because I can pay an editor. I can have that done. I feel that the organic sort of videos like this are resonating and I can pump them out each day, as well as the cross promos, which I'll be doing with a lot more people. But leave any suggestions down below. I appreciate you watching. Hit the subscribe. #1 pimp podcast in the world. Pucker.